Hello, Virgos. How are you today? I'm going to do a general message for you guys. Now, know that roles can be reversed because energy is fluid. So never force anything, but discern the reading. Take the message as it best resonates for you. And if you like this video, all you need to do is like, subscribe, and write the word manifest. That's the word that I picked today. Write the word manifest in your comment bar, and you have a chance to win a free psychic reading with me. Now, if you're new to the channel, anything that you need to know about the channel of any relevance, you can find in the description box. But I'm going to jump right into it today. I want to do just a quick little message for my Virgo people. Again, I always like to start off looking at the spiritual energy, because the spiritual energy is going to tell us where the wounds are, what's blocking you, what your triggers are, what you need to do to heal that. Because you can be in a relationship with a soulmate twin flame and be crazy in love with that person, and that person be crazy in love with you, and you don't get along. It's a love-hate relationship. And the reason why is because those soulmate twin relationships are all about growing the soul, helping you to evolve, and helping you to do so through unconditional love. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to trigger you. That is a divine connection, that person is being brought to you by the divine to help you heal. That means that they're going to trigger you. They're going to make you aware of the things that you need to let go of, what you need to do in order to create spiritual equilibrium, which is balance. So again, we're going to look at the spiritual energy first, because that is the energy that always drives people's actions, why their behaviorisms are what they are, why the relationship doesn't work, and also gives us clues into what we need to do in order to create balance, heal, and evolve. All right, Virgo. Let's see. The first card out is a Joker card. So whenever I pull this card, because I refuse to take it out of my deck, because I feel like it adds another dimension or layer to the reading, and it means like no personality because it's nothing, right? Some people say it's like a Joker card. Well, Joker cards, what do you think of Joker? Joker is somebody that has if we're talking in a relationship, we're talking about someone that's not serious. We're talking about someone that may be very immature. So again, someone that might breadcrumb you, someone that doesn't feel strong within themselves. Why don't they feel strong in themselves? Because they don't have an identity. They don't know who they are. So again, we're going to put this over to the side to see why, it is coming out within your reading today. Want to see, okay, past life connection. So we know that this is a divine connection, because our past life connections are, a lot of times it doesn't mean that in our past life that this relationship went so successfully either. However, when it's a past life connection, there's unconditional love. So that person feels like home. There's instantaneous connection. We might even have a lot of passion for this person. And if we haven't been with them yet, we still know we have a lot of passion and desire for this person. And this person can also trigger us like no other. So again, if it's you, Virgo, which I don't believe it's Virgo, but if it's you, then you need to create yourself and find yourself. If it's your person, then they need to obviously do that too. But you also have to understand that if this is a past life connection where the person hasn't evolved because they don't have an identity yet, or they don't feel comfortable in who they maybe again their life has changed, so they don't really know who they are anymore. Sometimes that happens when we go through divorces. Sometimes that happens when we lose a job. Sometimes that happens when, you know, certain people in our lives die. There becomes a new awareness of who we are. So my point in sharing is, if they don't have an identity, it's not about you, for you to run in and heal them and help them figure it out, because you'll abandon yourself. And that might just be the test here. I don't know. Well, no, as I pull more cards. Okay, tactlessness. Yeah, this person's not on the same vibration as you, because understand that's a low vibrational energy. But when people do things that are tacky, they may be lying. They may be leaving information out. They might be juggling a few people on the sides because they're not emotionally intelligent. They don't want to give that much. Their perception of a relationship is out of balance. So whatever their core beliefs are about themselves, and if they have bad relationships, and believe me, if theirs have no identity, that means that they were also codependent. And codependent people, they are either all or nothing. And usually you have a person there that's always giving, and then another person that's not giving anything at all. So this is the empath and narcissist connection, where one person giving everything, and again the other person's taking everything but not giving anything back, and not caring about the other person's emotional well-being, which is really what makes up a narcissistic relationship, because person isn't emotionally being seen, being taken care of, but the narcissist is expecting you to give everything to them. So this could be a person, again, that has that type of likes to be in those type of relationships where they have the upper hand. So again, tactlessness. Again, I'm feeling not positive energy there. Now, they could have changed. I'm not saying that they didn't. However, what I am seeing right now is energy that I don't like. Naturalist. Well, here I'm feeling like they feel very comfortable with you, and they normally don't feel comfortable with people. Again, they don't feel good about themselves, and their behaviorisms and actions are in alignment with that. However, they feel very comfortable with you. And I also take it like it's natural for them to not care about other people. It's natural for them to only care about themselves and to act in ways that are considered tactless, tacky, because they're selfish. Okay, intuition. Now, I never read my cards upside down because, again, they're shadow cards. However, I am feeling as if your intuition knows the connection that you have with this person, but may want to not listen 100%. And I also believe that your person is not coming from a place of intuition, which is connected to the heart, which again are our divine energy, the Holy Spirit, the spirit inside of us, what connects us to each other, the energy that connects us to God, source, ourself. When we are dealing with somebody that's coming, from like a underhanded way where they only care about themselves, they want to have their cake and eat it too, because it's not that they don't have feelings. This does feel natural, but they have a lot of fears. Then you see the writings on the wall. Don't not listen to your intuition. And I believe that your person tries to be very strategic. And when we're dealing with love, you're not supposed to be strategic. You know what I mean? You don't, it's again, I'm trying to have the upper hand here because I want to be safe, not necessarily because I want to screw you over, but because I need to position myself like this in order to be okay emotionally and mentally. But again, they're out of balance. And so that's not good. Just one more from this deck. Patience. They want you to have patience with them. I feel like you have been patient with them, and I don't really feel like they've shown you that much. So it's again, there's a sense the spiritual blocks are that again, you may not want to listen to your intuition because your emotions may override that. Their triggers are they don't want to listen to their intuition because it connects to their emotions and they have feelings for you and they are emotionally detached. They have to have the upper hand. And in doing so, they act tacky. And really, this is a past life connection. So it's a divine connection, which means that there's a spiritual test at hand that you're being expected to learn at this moment, Virgo. See, they're not really acting tacky with you because they want again to ruin you. They're just trying to figure out how they can have their cake and eat it too. They're trying to figure out how they can, feel comfortable, which is ridiculous what they would have to do because they need a lot of healing. So it would be so not balanced. And they're hoping that you won't listen to your intuition. Yeah, like rude, just rude. I'm feeling this rude energy. Okay, King of Wands reversed. I don't like this energy because the King of Wands reversed is like does everything like forceful, manipulator, nasty. And so I believe that they were raised by someone and then were in relationships with people that would turn into the King of Wands. And that doesn't mean that they're a guy. A King of Wands, just their energy is someone that's very forceful, someone that's a dictator, someone that doesn't want to, again, listen to their feelings and take in their feelings, their thoughts, everything into consideration. They don't want to do that. They were raised by someone like that. So they've kind of taken on the persona of the person that raised them. So which a lot of times this happens. If you were brought up in an environment with an abusive parent, that maybe they cursed and they talk nasty and they acted tough. And now, your mother acts that way, even though it was her father that would come home after work and speak like that, the mother absorbed the energy. It could be anything, but it's like it's whoever raised your person was a tyrant. And so then they were shown not to take feelings and emotions into consideration. So when dealing with you, they don't feel comfortable in dealing with you on an emotional level because they feel that it makes them feel weak. So this is another block. And that block is from childhood and again, past relationships. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not going to emotionally connect, then you're always going to have intimacy problems. And you're always going to come from just a passion and superficial level of connection, which over time that doesn't last because the person hasn't built up enough of an emotional bond to you to actually care how they're going to treat you. So this is mainly because no one has ever taught your person how to treat them. Really, everyone just like became subservient around your person. Maybe because they're very good looking, maybe because they have money, maybe because they're foreseen as the whole package, but that doesn't mean that they are. There's a lot of wounds here from what I see. And again, no, see, again, and holding on. Four of Pentacles. Like this is someone that's very stingy, somebody that doesn't really want to give that much. Someone that's also, and also I feel like someone that's also holding on to, they hold on to past relationships. They never 100% cut them off. They hold on to everything. They have a root chakra problem. So again, this is possibly, again, the King of Wands reversed. It represents also this person's father. Well, again, we have a root chakra problem, and the root chakra is connected to mother and father, but father in the case of support and the case of just being able to go with the flow of life, being able to feel as if one is a part in life, in the world without becoming a part of the world, where your person is all in balance because of the past, who raised them, and again, their past relationships, that they're very stingy, they're a tyrant, they want everything done their way, they don't like to share. So I can see why. I mean, the tactlessness energy when dealing with you, Virgo, because if this is how they were raised, they don't really know how. It would take someone that they fell in love with in order to change. And not just falling in love, but the person that they fell in love with would have to be strong with their boundaries and be able to deal with this person's temper tantrums, with them walking away, with them manipulating everything. They would have to be able to do that, because if you cave, your person is like, oh, it doesn't have respect, and they'll keep on doing it because they've been used to acting like that. So again, I do feel as if they miss you a lot. They've been in separation from you, and they plan on offering you like a little something. Because here we have the Knight of Cups. The thing is, Knight of Cups doesn't really have that much staying power. It's all about passion. It's all about, like, again, the connection. So they have feelings, but they're not on a high enough vibration. Like, they're going to come to you, they're going to leave pieces of their story out. They're going to do whatever it takes to make you believe that they have feelings and come in super fast and then not really offer anything. So be careful, because that's the same energy. They're still not operating from the right consciousness. They're still thinking only about themselves. Because if this relationship has been on and off, and you created separation, which you have, because this person is so one-sided, then they're still kind of thinking, well, this is past life connection. I can feel that you still care, because again, past life connections have that ESP connection. So they're actually banking too much on that, where they don't really feel like they have to put in that much effort because of the connection. And again, this person's very strategic, that, like, again, I don't really need to give that much because we have a connection, and I'll just offer whatever to keep my foot in the door, or again, to offer a lot of passion, but there's no staying power here for a short time, for a good time, but not for a long time, with no plans. There's no future plans that this person has. So do they have feelings? Yes. Do they have a plan? No. They're going to wing it. But again, that doesn't work because they have commitment issues. They have issues. It's again, yeah, returning travels, moving home, lack of foresight. Yeah, so three of wands, where here is all about, like, they've wanted to come to you, they've wanted to do things, but part of them is still stuck in their limitations. So they still hang around the same type of people. They even though they dream of being able to come to you, talk to you, they know that you're their person. They have strong feelings for you. There is a strong 3D connection. There is an ESP connection. They've treated you horribly. They've treated you horribly because emotionally they're not intelligent. They're just not. And it's not because of any other reason except for that's no one's ever put them in their place. They've always been allowed to do this. They've always been able to not really give. They're good talkers. They're smooth talkers. They make people believe it. So they do kind of hint about it, but people assume. And that's so again, I feel like you're the first person. And so what should have taken a short amount of time, like if there's a problem to work through, This person exasperates the problem and makes the problem 3 times worse than it actually has to be. And I feel because they have they are terrified of abandonment. So because they're terrified of abandonment, they get in their own way because they actually do have feelings for you. Like if you were someone that they were just going to have a one night stand with, they would have no problem. But because there's real feelings here, they can't do it. It's like they have a lot of psychological reversals. They sabotage themselves. They get in their own way, and they do so because they don't feel as if they're lovable. They don't feel that they're lovable again because they were raised by a tyrant. They were raised by someone that only cared about, that didn't care about their feelings, and also told them, don't cry, don't show emotion, be a big girl, be a big boy, whatever it was. Take it as it resonates, but be a grown up. Don't process your emotions. Again, your person is very sensitive on feeling, like how you're sensitive. So you guys have that in common. And to grow up with the tyrant parent that makes you feel inadequate, unless you do that shadow work, you're gonna stay inadequate. And because you stay inadequate, you feel like you need to steal love. You still feel like you need to play games, strategize to get what you want. When meanwhile, that's not what you have to do. You need to again clean up your act. You need to do healing. Look at your character. So it's again, this is a past life karmic relationship that if your person steps up, they could easily be a twin flame. But if they don't, they'll just stay like as a karmic mate. It has the potential because it's again there really is unconditional love there. I just want to pull one card for you. Quantum Coins, yeah, like Quantum Coins is a spiritual card. It's seeing the signs and synchronicities, again, the spiritual language. So, Quantum Coins, so you feel that spiritual connection with your person. It's just, they need a lot of healing. But let's look at the hidden truths because just because a person's actions are this doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. They could completely be thinking something totally different, like, I love this person, I want to be with this person, I care about this person. Or they could be like, no, it's too difficult. It's too difficult to be with you, or I need to heal, or let's just look at their intentions. Sometimes they stay awake thinking about you. So they may not be showing you anything at all, being in separation. I'm feeling like for a lot of you guys are, and they don't even know if they can approach you because of their behavior, their tacky behavior in the past of what they've done. So they're not even sure. So now like their guilty conscience is, eating away at them, which is why they can't sleep at night. I love you. And that's what I felt. I felt that they had a very strong feeling. And though, again, they hold spiritual wounds, and those spiritual wounds need to be integrated in order for this relationship to actually be successful because they will always be triggered. They will always subconsciously feel issues. Let's look at the triggers between them. What potential like triggers can happen? Like what are the triggers that happened before? Judged. I felt my thoughts and feelings and emotions were being judged by you. And when a person isn't emotionally getting enough, which I feel like you were in Virgo, so I think that you stated that, and instead of them fixing it, they felt judged. And so that's how a wound will play out, where the person, instead of being able to take the constructive criticism, they take it as you're attacking them. They take it as like that they're being judged, that they're not good enough. But that's mainly because they don't feel that they're good enough from the wound that happened in their childhood. And that again, now they're looking through distorted perception filters of their own. And so this would be next to impossible to be in a relationship with someone like this, because every time you opened up your mouth and they didn't like it, they would assume that you were being you were judging them, when really it's, you have to be able to communicate in relationships. You have to be able to articulate what it is that you want, and without the other person, shutting down and getting all defensive, which is what I feel like your person did. Abandonment issues, and that's what I said. I said that. And I said it was, again, that happened in childhood. The wavering in and out of my life has caused severe triggers. I feel like that's for you, Virgo, that you have that because, again, them, but that this is what happened to them, which is why they act the way that they do. They, again, you're judging me because, again, I do X, Y, and Z wrong, and but I'm really afraid that you're going to leave me. So I put up my defense tactics, and I can again feel like you, because their tactless energy of never letting you really form an emotional connection to them, Virgo, you actually feel abandoned because you're like, I know that you like me, I know you have feelings, but you don't show up. Well, again, it's because of what they grew up with and all their baggage. They really need to do healing. Withdrawer, I felt triggered when you withdrew. Emotionally, I didn't know what was going on. So it's, again, yeah, that's you. You're like, always. Hey, Charlie, how are you doing? Just finishing up this live stream, just figuring out what the triggers are. Unfair, like, again, and you felt that it was unfair because they withdrew, they breadcrumb, they didn't tell you where you stood. That creates a lot of problems, trust issues, intimacy issues in a relationship. Whenever you know that the person cares for you, there is love, there's unconditional love, but they're not giving you anything. And they're, kind of projecting. They have a lot of wounds, but we said why. I just want to look at more wounds, more wound energy, because, again, when we integrate spiritual wounds, they turn to spiritual gifts, and that's really what we want to do here. Again, dramatic, over the top behavior. So, again, not being able to talk to this person, and when you do, they probably get all like try and twist things around, look a little bit like narcissistic energy, dramatic energy. And see how you acted. This would be really irritating because it's almost like every time you try and say something, they're going to project their nonsense. And that's because this person was committed to this type of behavior. They didn't want to change it for a while. Withdrawn, and this is how you dealt with it. You were like, okay, peace out. I'm with taking myself away, which is why they feel the way that they do. So let's see, because we see they love you. What are they going to do? How are you going to deal with this energy? Well, like, I'm just going to pull a few cards. I want to see how they're going to deal with the situation. And then I want to just see how to deal with it, because this is bad. This is, when you love somebody unconditionally and they're like a past soulmate and they're like treating you badly, but you know that they care about you, but it's almost like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. I want to be with you, but not this way. And the truth is, you did the best thing by withdrawing yourself. It's, again, yeah, they are going to be, it's, again, you want this person, you know what it says? Patience, because the Nine of Pentacles, so slow, but he's the only knight that I really trust, because all the rest are like kind of like in out, little player energy. But this knight is really bringing something to you that's stable. So this is how you handle it. It's like you have to be patient. You have to be and they have to be persistent in what they're offering you, and take it like on a more conservative pace, so that it doesn't go like super fast, and be conservative with your energy, meaning we're not rolling out the red carpet, making this person like, well, as soon as they come into your life, they can't just move into your house. You have to force them. I know it's really difficult, especially when you love somebody, because it's like, and you know that they care about you. You know that they care about you, and you're like, this is the shit that, why am I, this is why. Well, the reason why is because it's again their fears, their traumas. They were raised by a parent that was very, very mean to them and told them, you're not allowed to show feelings, man up, woman up, grow up, do this, whoever, again, take it as it resonates. And that they were taught not to like listen to their intuition, to deal with, they don't know how to love in a way. They feel that their love relationships don't work out. So they try to breadcrumb because they still need love. So they're going to not give as much in hopes that you give a whole lot. And so understand, when it's a twin mate, soul mate connection, or any soulmate connection, that bond can't be broken until the lessons learned, number one. Number two, it's no matter how much time goes by, um, unconditional love is unconditional love. Understand, it can't be broken, it can't be distorted, it can't be manipulated, because it's God energy. It's the energy that's inside of us. It's spirit. It's the energy of the universe. It's energy that's ubiquitous. It's energy, again, cannot be manipulated. Oh, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to try and manipulate you, Shally. That doesn't mean that they're not going to try and manipulate you, whoever you're with. They're going to, again, try to manipulate to get what they want. However, if you stand your ground, they're going to get mad. They're going to throw a temper tantrum. They might even walk away. They might even start dating someone else, but they will come back. But they will come back, because you can't deny unconditional love connection. So again, this person was coming from tactlessness. They weren't caring about your feelings. It's, again, they were not listening to intuition, because intuition, I got to tap into my heart. And I don't, it's, again, I'm afraid of this relationship because, again, I don't really have an identity of my own. I don't really feel, again, my relationships have been who other people have told me to be, and then molding to a relationship and taking on that persona, and again, playing games. Why? Because, again, of a very nasty tyrant father, because that's how this card came out. King of Wands reversed. And not just that, it brought up their wounds where they were always judged, because meanwhile, all you're doing is trying to set boundaries. It's like, because they have abandonment issues, but they really do love you, and they stay awake thinking about you, and you feel the connection too. And the reason why is because it's a past life connection, and a past life connection. So it's like, it feels really natural. But understand, it's made to feel really natural so that you be patient with this person, because again, unconditional love can't be broken. You can get mad. You could be like, I hate this person, but I still love them. And so understand, that's the reason why. Look at this. We pulled two withdrawal cards. See this? So there could be total mirroring going on right now. Like, it's like, okay, I'm not, we are in like a Mexican standstill. I want you to move. No, you want me to move. And this person doesn't want to show their feelings as much. They were holding on to everything. They didn't want to give anything. Then again, calling them out on it, they would be really dramatic and just wanted you to live in unfair energy. But now they're realizing, and they are going to offer something, because look at this. When I get the Knight of Pentacles, and then I get the Knight of Cups, this person wants to offer you some sort of stability, little bit, and also passion. So they have that. So they do. But again, I feel like it's because you walked away. And so I just want to look and see what other little messages or tidbits we can know. And then we'll look and see what we need to do to heal this situation. Because what I feel, what aside from just take it slow, set boundaries, make the person give, don't listen to words. That's pretty much what the advice was, because you can't, it's like, you, what do? You like this, love this person. It's like, I want this person in my life, but they don't, like, what do I do? It's like, I'm fucked if I do, I'm fucked if I don't. That's what it feels like. And that's because the person's not being, but I still have that connection. So it's, again, water underneath the bridge. Act like it's water underneath the bridge. When they come back, you have to act like it's done. Like, if they're coming back and they say, and they're offering a little bit of something, and like, they're offering you a stable offering, and then they also have feelings for you, and you feel the same, which shows that you do, it's just you don't like the way that they act, and they say this, then you have to act like whatever happened in the past, you have to act like it's water underneath the bridge. Otherwise, they also are not going to feel like they can fix it. See, that's the dynamic of it. So this spiritual lesson is teaching you forgiveness. When you don't, like, who the fuck wants to forgive this? You get so mad, you're like, oh, I want to kill you, because it's like you do things to deliberately hurt me. And it's like, yes, they do, because they can't express their emotions. So it's like what if you on the playground and the little girl or little boy pull your ponytails or pull your hair or kicks you. It's like that person likes you. It's like, bad attention is better than no attention. However, it's like, again, you would need to do something to be able to deal with that, because like I said, you would have to be like, that's water underneath the bridge. Now, that doesn't mean don't talk about it at all. I think that you should, but maybe not as soon as they come back. Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like they deliver betrayal, because that, and then that's what it does. That's what it feels like. It feels like betrayal when they do that, and that triggers issues, which makes you get intimacy issues, problems with trust, because it's like, I don't trust you, because it's like you keep doing this. I want to trust you. And that's what it is. Right. Because he can't tell you emotions. He's not emotionally intelligent, which is all about this story. When a person's not emotionally intelligent, they act tacky, because they only care about themselves. You know? They only care about themselves. And that's you can't sit there and be like, let's talk about that, or why do you do that to me? It's almost like they're not gonna respond. So, like I said, the best thing to do, remove yourself. It's again, or and act like it doesn't bother you. Put the energy into yourself. Fill your cup up so much that it overflows, so that you're not depending on energy from this person to make you feel good. I will find my way back to you one day. I feel like, well, in your type of relationship, I think that um, they know no matter what happens, because there's a connection that they can, that they'll always be able to come back, as long as you still have feelings for them. And again, that's unconditional love of, you did X, Y, Z. I'm not happy with it. It hurts me. I feel like they I feel like, again, they'll always be like, I can figure it out. The problem is that one day they won't be able to do that. When, because it's very common behavior for soulmate to do this when they're not emotionally intelligent. They're not, because again, you have to, when you're being brought up, being raised, you have to be able to express yourself. You have to be able to be comfortable, and your person wasn't. So they never really work through that. This is the end. I feel like this is the end of, like, how they are within their relationship. And I believe that this is the end within your relationship with them this way. Again, that it had to have a tower moment. It had to get to that point. In this story, anyway, it had to. Like where, and I feel like it was you that put it like, this is the end. I don't want this energy. And that's why this person is like, again, now I want to offer you something. I want to offer you something. But I feel like you're like, this is the end of that. And I think that your person is like, if I come back, I know I have to be different, completely different. So it's almost like you're meeting a new person, even though it's the same person, because they're coming back like really serious in wanting to offer something. So any last advice? Want to know any last advice? How do we deal with this? Like, I mean, aside from having boundaries and doing everything that we said, because okay, but what romantic advice? If anything, I didn't realize what I had with you until it was too late. Have you moved on, or do I still have a chance with you? So it's, again, I feel like they, every time you leave, again, they try and make you, manipulate you so that you come back and have to give them more, but that's not what happened. And I feel like they kept procrastinating and procrastinating and really thinking that you were going to come back. I even feel like they came back and even breadcrumbed a few times to try and lure you back. And each time it didn't work. And so then it had to get to a point where it completely like crashed and burned for them to be like, oh my God, like you're not here in my life. And now I have to come back and I have to offer something. So where they are right now is they do have feelings. They love you. They didn't know because they never gave you enough. And they didn't give enough because emotionally, again, everything that they've been through. So this is how people learn. How are you going to take it? I wonder, like, how are you supposed to deal with this energy is really the bigger question. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Just gonna pick one more card because it's getting long. And just see. I just want to see what are they gonna do? What should you do? Consume. Consume what? Because I'm feeling like you should again take in. So that's saying, oh, it's almost like consume. That's absorb, taken. So I would say intuitively be grounded, pay attention to how they're acting. Thank you so much, Charlie. Come back and visit me again. And if you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me grow. I'd really appreciate it. I want to see you again. And believe, you got to believe that it's going to work out. If you want this relationship to work out, it doesn't mean that it can't. Oh, good. It doesn't mean that this relationship can't work out. What this means is you just need to be, because they realize what they have. They didn't realize what they had. That's why they played games. Now they are trying to open up and communicate with you more because they realize that you're important. Otherwise, they wouldn't bother. They wouldn't even try to like work it out, come back. They wouldn't even say, I can't even, I did this because I emotionally didn't feel comfortable. They'd be like, fuck you. I don't even want to tell you. I'm too embarrassed. It's like, I'd rather get rid of you a lot of times than to actually come true, because a lot of times too, people have to surrender their ego. That's how you know that they really love you. It's again, when they again can put their feelings and emotions aside. So it's about you like consuming, taking it all in, and like seeing, can I live with this? Can I let go of the past? Again, that's number one. Gonna need to let go of the past. Whatever they've done, clean slate. Number two, take it all in. Watch what they do. Set boundaries and actually watch them, how much they do, how much they give, how open their heart is, how they take you into consideration now opposed to later. Don't automatically let them move in. Don't move things extra fast now that they're in. You got to move real slow. That's what it said, so slow. Like when we're talking so slow, the Knight of Pentacles, that motherfucker is slow. It's like he's slow, but it's the only knight that's reliable. It's the only knight that's really offering something of stability. So you have to be patient, even though this person was a hot mess. And yeah, slow, girl, slow, slow, because they're nervous. So there's a thing called stuck and stupid. It's like they can't think anymore. They're literally, I'm slow because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm nervous. They have head chatter. So it's like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's like they're doing the cha-cha because they're nervous. It's like I want to say, but then I don't. They're fighting between their heart and their head, and they never listen to their gut where the Holy Spirit is. So with you, if you want this relationship, you just have to believe. You have to be, again, set your boundaries where you did. And that's why this person is actually like looking to be like, okay, I'll like change it, but he's slow and you're going to be patient. So we have to say, well, why the hell would God bring me this fucker into my into my life that I fall in love with? Why did he happen to bring this past life one? And the reason why is because God's saying, well, you need to learn forgiveness. Need to learn patience. You need to learn balance and all these things, which this person is requiring you to like pull. And that again grows your character. That helps you spiritually evolve. And that's why God has brought this divine person into your life too. And you, again, have unconditional love. And this person doesn't normally have, again, real deep emotional bonds with people because emotionally, they're not emotionally intelligent. So now they have an emotional bond to you. So they're going to heal through that bond. So that's pretty much why it's a divine relationship. Divine relationships help us take it to the next level, help us evolve. And it's slow. It's so hard because they move slow. And it's so true, especially if you're like me. I'm so impatient. And when shit like that happens, I feel like, oh my God, it's never gonna end. But it's just best to fill your own cup up at this time, again, with friends and hobbies, and find who you are so that, again, your mind is not on them 24/7, again, especially if you have an ESP connection, to cut that psychic connection a little bit, and also to be interactive in life. So they're still kind of having to chase you a little bit, where when you see them, you're nice and you're again playful and fun, but again, that when you have your life. And that's again, but that's why you're getting that. That's why you got this person, because they move slow, but you're like, yeah, I fucking hate this, but I love them. It's like, so you'll find that you're like, oh, like I'm like being so impatient, like you're not caring. Why don't you care? And then I'm saying, it's like, that's not that they don't care. That's again, them, again, how they move because of their mind chatter and all the other bullshit that gets in their way. They just can't do it. It's like, again, they're learning how to do it because you're in their life. It's like, and that's why I'm saying, if you want the relationship, you can have it. Are you patient enough for it? I don't know. I don't know. A lot of times, I don't think a lot of women think that they're patient. But again, unconditional love, we get mad, we may cry, we may curse out, we may whatever, but eventually, time goes by, and then you like, oh, I'm still thinking about this person. I miss this person because, again, that bond never is broken. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much, Charlie, for sharing your energy with me. I'm really appreciative of that. And anyone, again, that finds this is interested in winning a free reading with me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and just write the word, again, manifestation in the comment bar. All right. Thank you again, Charlie, and I'll see you all soon. All right. Bye.